I think we're here.
Yo, what's good, my guy?
Yo, I think we're here.
Alright, here I go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's up?
How you doing?
Long time no see.
I know, right? What's up with you?
Hey, this is TK.
It was good.
DK has quickly become a name in the Portland art scene and beyond with his incredible, colorful paintings, murals, and merch. It's not just his talent that has caught the attention of so many, it's his vision, his attitude, and his story.
So, me and TK knew each other when we were third graders, and we haven't seen each other since.
That's crazy, right? What's good, man? How you been? How's life?
Pretty good, man.
A lot has changed since we were in elementary.
Seriously.
Welcome to my crib. This is it.
So much merch.
Yeah. Yeah, most of it is just artists that I love. Like, there's a lot of Hebrew Brantley and Calls. Like, these are just from Calls. There's more Hebrew Brantley stuff up there. He's
nice.
a dope black artist from Chicago. This is Larry over here. This is my tortoise. He's pretty cool.
He was your COVID buddy.
Yeah, he's my COVID buddy. Yeah. So this is where all the magic goes down.
Whoa. So this is like,
studio.
just to fill you in, he's got a show coming like a couple days from now, right?
On Sunday.
And I bet this is all going in the show. This is like your prep work.
Yeah. This is everything for the show. So the show is a Negro League series. This year is the 50th anniversary of Satchel Paige, and he got inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. I've only been painting for like coming up on 3 years, but I got into it in recovery. That's what my intentions were. I was starting my life over to start like a nonprofit and stuff like that, like to work in the community, like around arts. I never went to school for art or anything like that, but I've always been around something creative, you know? For me, it's just like an escape, you know?
But it hit right, like when you're trying to get sober, that's also when you found art?
Yeah. That's when I started painting a lot. I was living with my grandparents at the moment, and my grandmother, who just recently passed, she was going through dementia. She had like kind of like a mini stroke, and it like kicked her from like a 2 to like an 8 overnight, you know? Then I just had to like stay home, like kind of like 24/7, you know. This is like my time was my grandparents, it wasn't mine anymore. So in that, I still needed an outlet. Like I couldn't go to any AA meetings or anything like that. And this was before COVID, so this is like I was kind of already getting trained to like be in the house, you know. So it was like I just couldn't leave the house. Once I started painting, it's like I found a heaven, you know. It was like something that I just like, oh, this is like a bliss. Like this is just like wherever I could paint, this is just my little space that I just don't have to worry about anything, you know, like nothing else matters.
At least at first, I feel like now.
Yeah, and
you probably have like, okay, I have these commission lists that I have
so like
to deal
I said,
with.
so it's a heaven and hell. So that's the heaven part. And then once I got good at it, that's when the hell came, the business aspect of it, where it's like, to keep living out this dream, I have to be able to navigate this hell. And it's not necessarily a hell, you know, but it's something that I can't escape. But then, like you said, COVID hit. Like having me and my grandmother's situation, like in her passing, she was kind of like preparing me for something that was coming, you know. I kind of got this gift from her. I learned how to paint under her, like taking care of her, you know.
Yeah.
So then
it was like
COVID,
changing the pace of your life.
It was changing the pace, yeah, for sure.
Here, well, let's cruise a little.
Yeah, for sure.
Wasn't always this way.
Yeah.
It's like changed a lot. Are you, because you started maybe with like a Basquiat style inspiration?
Yeah. Let me grab something to show you. Actually, I'm gonna tell you the story too. It's funny that I get creeped out by doing Basquiat stuff now. I don't know if people are protective or people are just. So this is kind of stuff that I used to do. Like that was actually my first commission piece ever. Like this lady wanted me to, Marnie Beardsley, not just some lady. I call her my white mom. She's white, but she's super dope. So once I started painting, I fell in love with it, and I started just looking up random painters, and then I come across Basquiat, who's a dope black artist, and I was like, oh, this dude is dope. Like a lot of the names I was coming up, I had already knew was like Picasso, like Rembrandt, like a lot of like Michelangelo, like a lot of those big names, you know, but none of those dudes were black. So finding Basquiat was like, oh, like there is somebody out there that's doing it, you know, that looks like me. So it was just super neat to find him. And then I started doing work like him. It wasn't like I wanted to be Basquiat, but it was like I felt a connection because he died from a drug overdose, and I kind of found painting in recovery, you know. So automatically I started to do stuff like him. The first thing I thought was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just like put my art on the street where people would have to see it. And the street art had that like kind of like fuck you in your face aspect. So I wanted that. I started doing that, and then people were just like just got super weird about it. This would call me like names like fake Basquiat or just random stuff. So it's like this community that I thought that I should be welcome into, that's just like everybody's accepted community, was like kind of like a nah, everybody like except you. At the moment I was like, well, I don't need y'all anyway. I was like, I can do this. So I saved up the money from there, bought a van, and I went down to Venice Beach and just started painting down there. I just felt like my art wasn't moving here. Like I couldn't get seen how I wanted to be seen. Like I couldn't get into galleries. People on the street weren't really respecting it. And it was just like, I wasn't doing it for necessarily to be seen or anything like that. I was just doing it because like, this is how I got my emotions out. Like, mind you, I'm in recovery. Like, so I packed up my van, searched a place. I just want to paint. Where can I go and just like be accepted, you know? I was painting during the day and then sleeping with all these fumes in the car and stuff like that. Like, it was like crazy, you know? Shower situation, of course, wasn't the best. But yeah, so there were some tough times. Like, I don't miss it, but like those times like made me. It was like going through that struggle. Like it was just like, it's what I had to do just to be with the art, to live with the art, like to take the art to the next destination. This is what it had to be. I had to live in the van with the art. That's when Venice was when I really got the chance to interact with people. That's when it started to like be the hell kind of, because I have to survive. I'm living in my van, like I have to eat. I was seeing how my art interact with people and how they interact with my art. And you can see there's a lot of like muted colors in here. My art isn't really like that now. And that's because on Venice, people were interacting more to bright colors.
So you're getting like reviewed.
I'm getting,
so many people. That's so like my favorite place. I would just like drink a beer and watch the weirdos. It's the best people watching. But yeah, you get like so much feedback. Probably.
Yeah, and from people like all over the world. You know, people were just visiting from all over the world and just kicking it in Venice. You know, so I'm getting to see how people interact with the art and what makes them stop and look at the art. You know, after I got their attention, what were they saying when they were looking at the art? A lot of them were saying Basquiat. How can I get away from them saying Basquiat? Paint something else that's not Basquiat. Fuck it. I gotta stop doing Basquiat stuff. I still want to honor Basquiat. Like, I still love him. So that's when I started to look at his approach. His approach was childlike.
Like how he thought
about stuff instead of how he painted stuff, how he thought about stuff. It was more childlike. It was simple, and you got the message. Because I still got to feed myself every day, so I got to think quick. You know, I got to like think about something. Like, I'm thinking about this stuff every night.
What will work tomorrow?
Yeah. What will work tomorrow? So people love like portraits. Broke it down to simple. Like, I went back to like, what did I used to love when I was a kid? Like, this is what it was. Like, I used to love Legos. That's when something clicked. Like, okay, portraits. How can I take portraits and make like Legos into portraits? So how can I build some Legos or something like that? How can I just like,
so all the colors, shadows are like pieces of Legos?
Yes, let me just hop on the computer, start working on some stuff. I did that. I started just making shapes out of faces and stuff.
Something like clicked, and now you're on like a path that you feel like is your own.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're like, and it seems like it's working. You've got these shows.
So things are clicking now, you know. I'm trying to figure out what's next. This is still like a journey. I'm still pretty new to this, you know. There's still a lot of stuff that I don't know about the art world. There's still a lot of stuff that I don't know about art. I have a passion to wake up every day and figure it out, you know. I'm big on failing, you know. I feel like that's the hugest thing. I got fail hard tattooed on me. Like, I feel like that's
and you just keep taking action.
Yeah, you got to, you know.
And then something will happen.
I see these artists that I have in my house, like, and I just want to be like them. Like this, so to me, if my idols are my competition, then I won't, you know, then I won't ever get complacent, you know. I don't have any kind of like anybody teaching me or tell me where to go. I just see what I think is dope from other artists and I try to do that.